It's time for high school football. This week we turn back the clock to November 2nd, 2012, and the final regular season game between Sanoma and East Ascension in Gonzales. The Gators marched into Spartan Stadium in the 2012 game, needing a win to advance into the Class 5A state playoffs for the first time since 2005. A standing room only crowd packed into the old stadium on Burnside and were treated to one of the most exciting finishes in the series history between the parish rivals. Easton Roth and myself, Lyle Boudreau, have the call on this week's Ascension Glory Days on the EATEL Game of the Week.
Tonight, Ascension Parish rivals East Ascension and Sanoma meet for the 33rd time here at Spartan Stadium, our high school game of the week, as we are in week 10, and the EATEL game of the week is here to bring it all to you tonight, as the Spartans and Gators are tied at 16 wins apiece heading into this contest tonight. Sanoma comes in with a record of 6-2. East Ascension is at 4-5. Both teams are at 2-2 in district play. Big ball game tonight. Sanoma headed to the playoffs. East Ascension's hoping to get in. Got a lot to get to, a lot to tell you about, as right now down on the field, the East Ascension marching band, the Star Spangled Banner is coming up. Hello everybody, I am Lyle Boudreau, and along with Easton Roth, welcome to EATEL's Game of the Week, as we have got Gators and Spartans coming your way tonight. And right now we're going to go down on the field for the Star Spangled Banner prior to the 33rd meeting ever between these two schools.
Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Connor Salinas, Cadet Master Sergeant Mason Rome, Cadet Second Lieutenant Colby Cranfield, and Cadet Staff Sergeant Jody Williams.
Burnside is jacked up and ready for some football tonight, as the true Ascension Parish rivalry between East Ascension and Sanoma gets ready to take place. And who would have thought, after 32 meetings tonight, 16-16 wins apiece, and that tie will be broken here tonight on the 10th playing date of the football season.
And Lau, that's just an incredible story after you play 32 games between this great rivalry we have between Sanoma and East Ascension. The series is tied at 16 inch. Over full crowd tonight here at the old stadium, as we have a surprise tonight. Whoa, ho, ho. The rider got thrown here, the Spartan rider. That's kind of a surprise. But you know, Lau, this is just a great series between two great high schools. You know, I've been here 27 years, and every single time, you know, the sportsmanship shown between these two schools is just unbeatable. So congratulations to both of these schools for what they have done over the last 32 years.
Well, last year and 2 years ago, as that's a replay of what happened just a moment ago, Spartans looked like they had a surprise up their sleeve as they were going to come out with the Spartan and the horse, but it didn't quite go as planned. But a year ago, these two teams played a dandy of a football game as it was at the pit in Sanamaw. And for the second year in a row, the Gators broke out their orange jerseys at the pit. It was a defensive struggle. East Ascension's only touchdown came on a 9-yard run by Sione Palele, and that was the score at the end of regulation as they were tied at 7 apiece. And it was the 30-yard field goal by Mason Decato that ended up being the game winner. And East Ascension won that contest by a score of 10-7. And that is what has set this thing even at 16 apiece, as the Spartan now riding in front of the home crowd and gets an ovation from the home side as this place is full. Well, last week we had homecoming for the Dutchtown Griffins. They've also got a big game coming up tonight, of course, as they play Catholic High. And now it looks like it's going to be a victory lap for the Spartan horse.
A surviving lap.
PICOU Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, PICOU proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at PICOU Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Well, as we return back to Spartan Stadium, this is the 10th and final playing date. We'll go down on the field and we'll join the coin toss for the 33rd meeting between these two teams. You don't normally see two teams in the solid colors like tonight. Sanamaw decked out in all orange tops and bottoms, and East Ascension in their royal blue tops and pants.
Well, for a while, I didn't know whether it was Catholic High or Sanamaw. I thought sure we had the EA Sanamaw game, but Sanamaw comes out in all orange tonight. Normally they black, white, and gold. You know, it's kind of a surprise by the Gators.
Well, Sanamaw's worn the orange shirts for the last couple of years. This year they've added a twist to that as they've got the orange pants to go with it. And East Ascension in the traditional dark jerseys at home. Spartans also wearing the blue pants. So, a lot of things happening this week leading up to the ball game. A lot of money has been raised for both these schools, both booster clubs. A lot going on, as is always the case when these two teams meet. It's going to be the 16th time in the 33 meetings that these two schools have met on the 10th and final playing date of the season. Here's a look at some of the activities that took place last night. This was out at Lamar Dixon. This was the shout out.
We have dead ball.
Of course, every year before the night before the EA Sanamaw game, they have the shout out at Lamar Dixon, and this is some of the scenes that they had last night. Sanamaw won the Spirit Stick from what we understand.
They did. But you know, while you're looking at that shout out, you got to give a lot of credit to James LeBlanc, who spearheaded his whole Spartan Gator week, and through his hard work and organization and the people who worked under him to give each school a check tonight for $16,000. In the last 5 years, they've raised over $60,000 for those schools. So congratulations to the coach.
Well, Sanamaw is going to be kicking it off, and the Gators are going to kick off from their own 25-yard line. So it looks like East Ascension should get good field position to start the game, as kicking it off will be Trey Ballou, who handles the kicking chores for the Gators.
A lot of kicking off, they've been penalized because they're wearing illegal uniforms. So the rule says it's a 15-yard penalty, and that's what the officials have evoked against the Santa Monica Gators for not dressing properly.
We can assume once they kick off, there will be legal uniforms.
Yes.
33rd meeting of all time between the two schools is officially underway, and it will be returned out across the 30, 35, 45. Nice return along the way, across the way by Tyler Briley. And there is going to be some hooting and hollering all night long. But East Ascension's first snap of the ball game is going to be in Santa Monica territory around the 47-yard line as Lane Trahan will lead the Spartan offense out onto the field.
Okay, great return by Briley. Not only Santa Monica's uniform a surprise line, but also offensive coordinator Coach McCready is in the press box tonight and not on the field for the first time in his East Ascension career.
So Lane Trahan, who has had an outstanding season for East Ascension, is going to call the play at the line of scrimmage. Michael Sparrow is the running back to his left. Sione Palele will not play tonight. Here is Sparrow on a first down run, and Sparrow only is going to gain a couple of yards before being knocked down. Michael Sparrow with 355 yards rushing leads the Spartans that are going to be playing in tonight's ball game. Sparrow has scored 6 touchdowns, but he only ends up with about a 2-yard gain on first down.
Now, Michael's only carried the ball 50 times this year. He's averaging 7 yards per pop, though.
So at the 46-yard line now in Santa Monica territory, it's going to be second down. Here's the swing pass the Spartans like to use, and Santa Monica is there meeting it at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Lane Trahan, 108 completed passes out of 188 attempts, is 1 for 1 tonight, but that's going to be for no gain, and it's going to now bring up third down and 9.
I tell you, great play by Nick Bickham that time. He was all over that play from the very beginning.
Santa Monica has allowed exactly 100 points on the year. They give up 12.5 points a ball game defensively. And East Ascension now looks at a third down and 9. Just over a minute underway into this first quarter in week 10.
East Ascension on third down, 26 of 89 for the season.
Spartan play clock about to run out. They get the snap away. Got a penalty marker down as this pass downfield is going to be incomplete. They tried to hit Spelagine downfield, but the pass incomplete. There was a flag down at the line of scrimmage, because against East Ascension it will be declined, and the Spartans will have wasted some great field position.
They have there Lane Trahan rolling out to his right. Spelagine running down that right sideline. You know, ball overthrown.
We have illegal shift, offense. Penalties decline, fourth down.
So it's going to bring up third down, make it fourth down now. And the Spartans really did not appear to be in sync on that first series. They spot the ball back a yard from where it should be spotted. It should be at the 46.
Well, Mason Decatel's out to punt for the Spartans' 35-yard average, long of 54 this season. Now they're moving that ball.
Mason handles the punting chores for East Ascension as well as the kickoffs. He's standing inside his 45 to punt it away.
No rush at all.
Return is on for Santa Monica as the punt is going to be down inside the 15. Can the Spartans down? It looks like they will inside the 5. And it looks like it might have been touched around the 1-yard line.
Good job that time when the Spartans get down and covering that football. For a while it looked like it might roll in the end zone, Lyle. But good job by a young man for East Ascension, knocking that ball back out.
I believe it was Vance Grayson who got downfield first to get it.
And I tell you what, you have to be careful here with Dutchtown. They've had a couple of run plays this year for over 90-something yards when they had their back pinned to the wall. So let's see if they can maybe duplicate that again as Bo Nickel goes under center for the Gators.
Santa Monica will start at their own 5-yard line with a first down and 10. Nickel. Bo Nickel is going to keep it. He's going to gain about 5 yards out near the 10-yard line. So Santa Monica, without good field position, trying to move away from the shadow of their goal line, is going to look at a second down and 10.
You know, Bo Nickel, 5'5", 145-pound senior quarterback. He's carried the ball 47 times for only 206 yards this year, but he picks up a quick 4 or 5 right there.
Second down now and about 5. Handoff and a run. It's going to be shy of a first down, but out to about the 14-yard line. Still have time on the play clock. Now they're going to call a timeout. Coach David Oliver was standing by one of the side judges, and they get the timeout with 8:43 to go in our first quarter. Santa Maria will look at a 3rd down and 1.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustace Mortgage,
SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, PICOU Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
So it's going to be 3rd down now and 1. Santa Maria will be at their own 14-yard line. Pitch it out to the man in motion. I believe that's going to be Elisar who will run for a first down. And the word that we're getting is that Santa Maria was penalized 15 yards to start the game because they are not wearing the visiting white jersey.
Right, correct.
Have to have the white jersey or light colored jersey when you are the visitor, so that cost them 15.
We said that earlier. Kurt Elisar, last time we saw him against Dutchtown, had a great game for the Santa Maria Gators. He has 32 carries for 331 yards coming into the game
It's going to now be 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Not much place to go there. The Spartans are going to shut it down. And if we could get someone in our production truck, get some help out here. Our monitor's now working up in the press box. So we could get some help from the production truck. We sure would appreciate it, as we would have an idea of what we're looking at. 2nd down now and about 9.
They tried
clock moves inside of 8 minutes to go in our first quarter. There is no score.
Counter play that last time, which was not very successful.
Second down now. Nickel gets the snap. Nickel has it. Somehow is able to run for a couple of yards. Does a good job.
Actually, that was a great job by Bo Nickel, only 5'5", 145 pounds. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage and maybe right behind the line of scrimmage, but broke that first surge and picked up about 2 or 3 yards on his own, which will bring up a big 3rd down here for both of these teams.
But there is a penalty, and it's going to be a holding call. It's going to go against Santa Maria, so that's going to back them up. East Ascension had the opening kickoff on a nice return. Had it in Santa Maria territory, but the Spartans only able to get 1 yard on their first possession. Now Santa Maria is looking at a 2nd down and 20. Nickel hit as he throws downfield, and it is incomplete. Spartans had good pressure that time, and Nickel was hit. He threw it incomplete, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 20.
I tell you what, Santa Maria Nickel that time, somebody didn't pick up somebody that was blitzing. I don't know if it was Darville or not, but they didn't pick him up, and I tell you, he was lucky to get the ball off, and once he got it off, he was lucky that he was not picked off.
So it's now going to be 3rd down.
And about 20.
They need to get it all the way out to the 29-yard line. Swing pass out in a hurry. And out to the 10-yard line, and that is going to be it. It's going to bring up now 4th down and 19. I think that was Jamal Vaughn with the reception. And it is going to bring up 4th down. Vaughn with his 10th catch of the year. Santa Maria not a team that likes to go in the air. They like to run the football. But that time the holding penalty really hurt him on that drive.
Jacob Morales should be the kicker. He's averaging about 33 yards per kick. And the Spartans, again, should get great field position on their 2nd offensive series of this football game.
Morales is going to punt from his own end zone. It is a high snap, but Morales does a good job to pull it down. It's not going to be a long kick, but it's going to take a big gator roll into Spartan territory.
Good bounce.
And that ball is going to roll a good 20 yards before being downed at the East Ascension 40-yard line.
That time
50-yard punt by Jacob Morales, and that ties his season high because he had a 50-yarder coming in for his previous best So he ties it here with 6:21 to go in our first
And
quarter.
East Ascension had no chance to fair catch that ball because this hit too far in front of them. But still pretty good field position as Lane Trahan goes under the center.
Spartans a little out of sync, it looked like, on that first series of the night. See what they do now with Sparrow to the left of Lane Trahan. Trahan coming off of a huge night a week ago against Woodlawn when he passed for over 300 yards. Inside handoff. This is going to be T.J. Miles. And Miles is going to gain across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. And that's a gain of about 8 yards before Dylan Guidry makes the tackle, as we are still working without our monitor up here in the press box in this first quarter.
T.J. Miles, only a junior at 5'7", 194 pounds. He's filling in for Boot Pelele tonight. 28 carries, 148 yards. T.J. Miles, a very accurate run. I tell you what he can do also. He can block very well, and he can run right at you.
So second down and short. East Ascension looking for their first down. Here's a handoff to Sparrow, and that'll do it. Spartans are back in Santa Monica territory on a hard run by Sparrow down to the 42-yard line. He's brought down by Gabe Richards, a senior out of the secondary for Santa Monica, with 5:39 to go in our first quarter.
It's going to be interesting what Coach Bourgeois says after this game. Coach McCree in the press box is either he wanted to go up there to see the field better, or they were thinking that maybe Santa Monica had picked up their signals.
To have a chance to get in the postseason, the Spartans have to first win here tonight and have other things happen. Santa Monica looking for a win to be a host in the first round of the playoffs. First down handoff, Sparrow lowers his shoulder, and Michael's going to pick up about 2 yards on a first down run. It's going to bring up second down and 8. This whole first quarter has been played on the Santa Monica side of midfield.
Now, Michael Sparrow, a very strong run at 5'8", 171 pounds. The only problem he's got to do is that when he's hit and he starts to go down, he's got to protect the football.
Santa Monica's only possession so far tonight, they were bottled up deep at their own end following a very good punt by Mason Decato. East Ascension now with a second down and 8. Miles to the right, Sparrow to the left. This is Sparrow on the handoff. Sparrow inside the 35-yard line. Looks like he's going to be less than a yard of the line to make for a first down, but a better series here for East Ascension on their second possession of this first quarter.
I tell you, good solid blocking by the right side of the Spartan offensive line that time. As Sparrow turned up the field, he had 6 or 7 yards in his hip pocket. Brings up a third and short right here. I think we're looking at a 2-down zone right here for the Spartans to make
Sparrow's
1 yard.
got to come out of the ball game. Looks like he might have an equipment problem with his helmet. Cade Wagasback's going to check in for him. So let's see what the Spartans do. Wagasback to the left of Lane Trahan. To the right is Miles. They give it to Miles. Boy, and Miles is stacked up. Santa Monica had that play smelled out immediately, and Miles does not get back to the line of scrimmage. A decision for Coach Paul Bourgeois, because it's going to bring up fourth down and 2. And from here would be about a 51-yard field goal, and the Spartans don't have any field goals this year.
You know, it's very easy for Santa Monica to smell that play out. You got to give it on a third and short to Cade Bourgeois. Cade coming into the ball, Wagasback coming to the ball game. You knew it was going to go to T.J. Miles, and Santa Monica figured that. That's what they did, and they stopped it.
Sparrow back in, under 4 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Fourth down, Spartans are going to go for it. Crowd making noise across the way. Now the Spartans are going to have to burn a timeout, so East Ascension not sure what they wanted to do. Both teams on offense have had to take a timeout. There is 3:41 left in our first quarter as we are in week 10 of the high school football season, and we're still trying to get our monitor to work up here, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be 4th and 2.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustis Mortgage,
SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, PICOU Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Well, Spartans are going to go for it on 4th down and 2. Miles turns the corner. First down and a lot more. Steps out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. So Spartans with a little bit of trickery that time because they used Sparrow as a decoy, and it is Miles, TJ Miles, the junior, who gets a first down.
Just another little counter play that time by the Spartans. A good fake. Everybody thought Sparrows would get it. Come back with a little counter to TJ Miles, and hey, TJ Miles is making his presence known on this football field right now.
Dutchtown has taken a 7-0 lead over Catholic High in the district championship game at Griffin Field. 7-yard run by Mason Nickens. The score there. This is Chad Hill on the sweep. Hill looks for places to go, but nothing to do, cutting up. Santamon that time had that play stretched out pretty well. It's going to end up gaining a couple of yards. It's going to bring up second down and long.
But not surprising. I felt that they had to get the ball into Chad Hill's hands tonight some kind of way because of his speed. I thought that time Chad should have stretched out a little bit more before he cut back in and try to use his speed to get outside.
Well, Hill split out wide to the near side. He's got one-on-one coverage, and that's where Trahan is rolling. Trahan's throwing toward the end zone, but he overthrows TJ Miles. Boy, a lot of one-on-one coverage in that secondary. Pass is overthrown. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now with 2:53 to go in our first quarter. A standing room only crowd here at Spartan Stadium tonight.
You know, they went to the end zone. Trahan did that time. They went down the middle. The Spartans will be lining up for the extra point. Guy wide open in the middle of the
Spartans
field.
just made a big 4th down conversion. See if Santamon's got a stop here on 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Inside handoff draw play. Sparrow spins away from one tackler, but he's not going to get away from more. The orange jerseys are all over that play, and it might even be a yard loss. It will be about a 3-yard loss, and we may see the Spartans try a field goal now. A bit surprising. You got a 5A school with no field goals, and we're at week 10.
But give Dutchtown defense credit in the last play. They stayed home. They did their job. And putting the pressure right here in this young man, Adam Bosworth.
Well, here we go. They're going to spot it down at the 25. This is a 35-yard attempt. This is for the first lead of the game. Kick has got the distance. It's up, and it is good. 35-yard field goal. First one of the year for East Ascension. And it sails through, headed toward Burnside. So the Spartans able to take advantage of good field position on both of their possessions, and they're able to put 3 points on the board. Well, Santamon dressed in their orange. Fans dressed out in their orange. You saw the Spartan. He's got some camouflage shirt on. Of course, the Spartan faithful in camouflage across the way. The Santamon faithful in orange. And for the most part, I think we can safely say that it's all in good fun.
Well, I tell you what, it's great to see all the student body for the Santamon, the orange things waving in the air. Look at the East Ascension student body, got their blue and gold. They're getting after each other a little bit, having a lot of fun. This is what this game is all about. It's always been a great rivalry, great sportsmanship.
Adam Bosworth's going to kick it off now with 2:02 to go in the first quarter. Spartans able to drive from their own 40-yard line, end up with a 35-yard field goal. Kick's going to come down to the 10-yard line. Looking for places to go, and right at the 20-yard line will be the return. And it is going to be 1st and 10, as that is Kirk Ellisar on the return. Tackle was made downfield by Jazz Smith.
Had great coverage that time by the East Ascension kickoff team.
Well, Santamon did not have good field position in their first possession. They began at their own 5. Let's see what they do now as they start this second possession at their own 20. Spartans have really dominated the time of possession so far in our first quarter.
They're coming out with a trips into the short side of the field. The Gators with a wide receiver split left. Looks like a running formation right here.
Trey Washington is the running back behind Bo Nickel. Play action, Nickel on a quarterback draw. And he is going to dive out toward the 25-yard line. Not sure if that was a design draw play or if he was going to try to hand it off, but as it is, they end up with a 5-yard gain.
Looked like a little confusion that time in the backfield. I look, he wanted to go to his right to hand it off, kept it himself, but he picked up again, a good 5 yards.
Chevron Urson out of the secondary made the tackle for East Ascension. Second down now and 5. Another trips formation near side. Washington behind Nickel. Nickel swings it out to Washington. And Washington's going to come up about a yard shy of a first down out to the 29. And Santamon now will be looking at a 3rd down and 1 as we go in under a minute to go in our first quarter.
Wash, as you said, it's over 700 yards for the season rushing, passing. He had caught 17 passes, 179 yards, just made his 18th catch of the year. But Trey Washington has been their to-go guy all season long.
So 3rd down and 1. Nickel calls the play at the line of scrimmage. The play clock is at 10. Play clock down to 5. Nickel still has it. And the Spartans have that play covered. East Ascension was ready for it on 3rd down and 1. And Jamal Vaughn is going to end up losing 4 yards.
East Ascension should get great field position again as number 80, Tyler Briley, goes back in single safety for East Ascension.
Tyler Green made that tackle for the Spartans, and time is going to run out. The first quarter is over, and East Ascension is going to take a lead of 3-0 as we head into the second quarter. Let's take a look at some of the facts and figures involving this series. As we said, this is the 33rd time that these two teams are meeting on the playing field, and it is amazing that it is tied at 16 apiece. Santa Maria is averaging almost 24 points a ball game. East Ascension averaging 21.5. Longest winning streak, Spartans was 6 in 81 through 86. Surprisingly, Santa Maria's longest win streak was only 4. That from 1997 through 2000. And they have played every year since 1979 except for 2005, and that's when they were meeting on the first playing date, and that game canceled because of Hurricane Katrina. See Spartan fans in camouflage, Santa Maria fans in the orange. Everybody having a good time around the old Spartan Stadium earlier today. Morales to punt for the second time, got off a 50-yarder his first time. This is how the second quarter will begin. And the Spartans are going to get great field position as that punt will be downed by Hakeem Brooks. And the Spartans have had nothing but good field position now for their 3rd possession of this ball game.
You know, total yards for the Gators in the first quarter, 22. For the Spartans, 42. You know, not much else really to talk about. You know, T.J. Miles with 3 carries for 23 yards leads the Spartan ball carriers, and Nickel with 2 for 10 leads the Santa Maria Gators.
So Lane Trahan looks toward the sideline for the play call. They're at their old 40-yard line where it is going to be now a 1st down and 10. T.J. Miles comes in motion. Now he'll settle to the left of Trahan, and it will be Miles on the handoff. Santa Maria has it smelled out real well for no gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, you know, a year ago, East Ascension won in overtime 10-7, a defensive struggle, a scoreless first half, and we're seeing more of that here in this first half.
It's a good defensive play right there by the Santa Maria Gators. They were a 3-man front that time, and it looked like Miles would have something, but they closed that hole almost immediately.
2nd down, give them about a half yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. 5 receiver set. Trahan airs it out. Actually goes short. This is Spelagine, 50, 40, down to the 35-yard line. So Lane Trahan found the open man, and that is Devin Spelagine. Well, Spelagine's longest catch of the year was 26 yards. It still is, but that one was 25, so only a yard short of his season best. Down at the 36-yard line, Santa Maria territory, 1st down. Trahan all day long got Spelagine again inside the 20. Spartans have found a combination that's working, and that is Trahan to Spelagine.
Spelagine wide open right over the middle right there. A big receiver Spelagine is. You're looking at him at 6'4", 225 pounds.
Follow up a 25-yard hookup. Trahan to Spelagine with a 17-yard completion. Spartans are now inside the 20-yard line. Look right, throw toward the end zone. Spelagine overthrew double-team coverage. Spelagine that time down in the end zone. It is incomplete, and it will be 2nd down and 10. Spartans might have got a little gritty there, but a good play call because they love to throw this swing pass, and they faked it that way.
I thought it was a good fake that time. Good call, I thought.
Also good coverage in the secondary.
Definitely.
Jonathan Lewis, one of the defenders around Spelagine. It's going to now be 2nd down. Spartans are at the 18-yard line.
They don't want a field goal, Hurry. Here comes the blitz by the Santa Maria Gators. The Sparrow runs right by.
Sparrow is going to run up the middle. He's inside the 15-yard line. Looked like that play maybe had a bigger potential than that, but as it is, it's going to bring up third down now.
But good tackle
nice
right
save
there.
tackle by Brandon Rogers.
That was a big tackle by Brandon Rogers.
If Rogers doesn't get a hold of Sparrow, he may be taking it inside into the paint. Third down now and about 6. TJ Miles. Miles. Fumble the football. It's in the end zone. Let's see, is it a touchdown or touchback? It's a Spartan touchdown.
What a break.
East Ascension recovers in the end zone for a touchdown. That ball came out, started rolling toward the end zone. I thought the question was going to be, was it going to stay in the field of play or roll out of bounds?
Good break right there.
And as it is, the Spartans end up recovering. Adam Bosworth then to attempt the extra point. He's got a 35-yard field goal. 17 of 17 and extra points. This kick is up, and it is good. And East Ascension, to have a shot at the postseason, they've got to win tonight. And right now they lead 10-0 with 9:47 left in quarter number 1. So TJ Miles gets credit for his 3rd touchdown of the year as he recovered his own fumble. Here's a big return by Elisar. Elisar turns the corner. He's out of bounds into the Spartan bench, across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Kirk Elisar has already returned a punt 60 yards this year and has a nice return, and he sets up Sandoval now with their best field position of the half. So for the first time tonight, Sandoval out away from their own goal line.
They can open it up a little bit here.
It'll be 1st and 10 now out at the 42. Washington in the back behind Nickel. Nickel, first down throw, got a man. Catch made by Madison Nickens. Nickens' 10th reception of the year. He's now over 100 yards in receptions. Quickly tackled by Tyler Green. It's going to end up being about a 5-yard gain. So at the 47-yard line now, 2nd down. Maybe a little bit of a surprise right there on 1st down. Sandoval throwing the football. Last week, East Ascension winning over Woodlawn. Meanwhile, Sandoval, see how they respond after that difficult loss to Catholic High last week. Option run. Elisar gets the corner turn. He's out of bounds, and he's got a 1st down. So a nice job running the option. Nickel pitches it to Elisar. Elisar doesn't have a lot of carries on the year. That's his 33rd. Last week, Spartans defeated Woodlawn 35-13. Catholic over Sandoval 31-14.
I give Sandoval the first 2 possessions tonight, they were just in bad field position. Right now, they can run their entire offense. Well, but what they're doing.
You know, also what they did not do on those first 2 possessions is they did not turn the ball over, which is important.
Sure.
They made the Spartans earn the 10 points that they've got. Play action. Nichols going to air it out over the middle of the field. It's incomplete.
Almost picked.
Diving attempt. What a nice try by the receiver.
But I tell you what's surprising is Sandoval putting the ball up on 1st down race. It's got to be their game plan because they are definitely a run team first. They've run the ball almost 4 or 5 times to 1 against throwing.
Garen Dunbar had the coverage on Kirk Elisar. It's now 2nd down and 10. Sandoval scrimmaging from the East Ascension 46-yard line. And here we go, Nickel again. Nickel got a man. Downfield, it's caught, 1st down. Boy, he threaded the needle. Got it inside the 35-yard line, and it's a 1st down.
He had to throw it over that big defensive guy who was in the air and hit that seam route almost perfectly right there for the 1st down. Just a good job by the quarterback, Bo Nickel.
That was Kirk Elisar on the reception. Garen Dunbar had the tackle. And now Sandoval with by far their best drive of the 1st half. It comes with 8:25 to go in the 1st half. Spartans are on top 10-0. They had the good field position on this drive, and they're airing it out, and here they go again. Nichols goes short. Ball's going to be caught. Quickly tackled. But the completion is to Brent Graves. That's only his 4th grab of the year.
The Spartans have 8 in coverage that time. They had only a 3-man rush. This little short route that time. Good play by Tyler Green.
Well, Sandoval going through the air on this drive. 2nd down now and about 6.
I don't think they're going to throw it right here. I'll look for Washington to get this football.
Nice look at Nickel as he hands it off to Trey Washington. Not much success running the football so far tonight for Sandoval. and it's going to now bring up third down.
Again, no, say it right now, it's third down about 7. It's going to be, definitely right here. This is 2 downs to make a first down for the Gators.
Well, Santa Ma's got 2 field goals out of 2 attempts on the year.
This is a big possession right here, Laos. The Gators have got to come away with some points right now, trailing 10-zip, 7:13 remaining in the second quarter. They've got to answer right here on this drive.
This is going to be a third down and about 6. They're inside the Spartan 30-yard line. Nichols going to roll to throw or run. He's being pursued, gets it away, got a man open. First and 10 inside the 15-yard line. What a job by Bo Nickel, because Dakota Versajay was breathing down his neck.
He's rolling to his left. He gives his receiver time right here to get open, throws a perfect strike right there. Good play by Bo Nickel.
So the big completion on third down. Gators are now at the 12, first and 10, 6:55 to go in our first half. And for the first time tonight, Gators are now in the red zone. 3 receivers to the far side. Washington, the running back. Nickel to throw again, pump one, go downfield. They're going to say incidental contact, incomplete.
Pretty good call. I'm still surprised, though. It's Santa Maria coming out here. You look at Bo Nickel, the whole season, 51 of 81. That's unbelievable. They're throwing the ball. He had 8 interceptions, 4 TD passes, though. They feel he can throw the ball.
Second down and 10 now from the 12. Trey Washington with 10 rushing touchdowns on the year. He's also passed for a couple of TDs. They're going to throw it again. Nickel airs it out to the right. It's caught. That's Washington. He's inside the 5. He's down at the 1-yard line, and it should be goal to go. And what courage Bo Nickel is showing on this drive.
Watch it.
Spartans just cannot get him down.
Well, they have covered all over the place. It's a good job by Bo Nichols that time. Good catch and run by Trey Washington also, as he almost puts him to the end zone. But give credit to that young man, number 8, Bo Nickel, on this drive. He has thrown the ball extremely well under a lot of pursuit, Lau.
Washington did a good job at about the 10-yard line of
he ran over
breaking
somebody.
away from a tackle. And that allowed him to get down to the 1-yard line, where it is first down, goal to go. They are at the 1. And a touchdown, Gators. I'm thinking that's Cody Rafferty. No. Cody Rafferty is the one that got it. It's going to be his 3rd touchdown of the year. And Santa Maria is on the board as they use a little trickery. And now the extra point attempt by Trey Ballou. He's 39 of 40 on the year, and it is blocked. He's now 39 of 41. Spartans got some penetration up
Tyler
front.
Green, I think.
And they were able to block the extra point
See him
attempt.
coming from the outside right there. Lays out, get those hands up. Tyler Green does, and he blocks it.
We'll take a break. 6:23 to go in our first half. 33rd meeting of all time between these two schools. Spartans are on top, 10-6.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustis Mortgage,
SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, PICOU Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Well, here our score 10-6, East Ascension leading Santa Maria. Meanwhile, in the district championship game over at Griffin Field, Dutchtown and Catholic now tied up at 14-14.
Now the shootout over there, we see Boo Palele right there at the sidelines cheering on his teammates.
Palele with 771 yards rushing on the year. Accounted for 16 TDs overall this year, and well, that's a lot to have out of your lineup. But Palele, as you can see, not even in uniform tonight.
Over 1,000 yards of offense on the sideline.
Nice kick by Ballou into the end zone for the touchback.
Big kick there.
And the Spartans now are going to start at their own 20-yard line. Well, East Ascension led 3-0. 35-yard field goal by Adam Bosworth. Then they scored a touchdown on a fumble recovery in the end zone by TJ Miles. Nice job by Santa Maria to come right back. Cody Rafferty scoring from a yard out. Extra point no good, and that's how we got to 10-6 with 6:23 to go in the half. Let's see what East Ascension does now with, by far, their worst field position of the half as they're at their own 20. Sparrow lines up to the left of Trahan. Sparrow with the handoff. Cuts it upfield, and Sparrow's got 8 yards.
That's how you watch it right here. You're going to see Sparrow right there. You see they're trying to tackle that football. They know the thing on Sparrow. He will put the ball on the ground. They tried to strip him that time, but Michael held on to that football real tight on the way down.
Standing room only crowd here at the old stadium on Burnside tonight. Seeing what you would expect. 2 teams going at it here tonight in week 10 of the high school football season. Second down now and 2. Spartans are at their 28. Trahan's going to throw. Chad Hill. First down. A little bit of a dangerous pass that time as he came back to the ball. Cuts it upfield to the 34. And a 1st and 10 as he's brought down by the junior, Reese LeBlanc. So move it out to the 34-yard line. It always helps when you gain 8 yards on a first down play, and that's what the Spartans did to start this drive. East Ascension now in an I formation. Pitching it back to Sparrow. Nothing to his left. Tries to cut it back. And he is going to end up losing about a yard. Give Santamon a lot of credit that time. They really strung that thing out. There just wasn't anything there. Boy, Santamon did a good job of standing up the offensive line at the line of scrimmage and just not allowing any penetration at all.
Gators right now with a 3-man front. They're going to play 8 deep. They're going to be in the zone right here.
Inside 4:40 to go in our first half. 5 receivers set for East Ascension now on second down and 11.
They bring a linebacker, though.
Trahan, Spelagine for Devin, a senior, his 3rd grab of the ball game, and that's going to put the Spartans in about a 3rd and 5 situation after that hookup. Nice one-on-one open field tackle that time. Going to bring up now 3rd down.
Gators right now going to have a safety in the middle of the field. They're going to go to 2 deep right here.
Under 4 minutes now to go in our first half. Both quarterbacks have played well so far tonight. And as I say that, you got looking at a pick 6. Can Spelagine stop it? He does at the 10-yard line. That ball is going to be picked off by, I believe, number 41, returned back to the 10-yard line.
You see it right here by Trahan, just a misread right there. He was trying to hit a quick slant. He just overthrew the quick slant guy. Wasn't even close, but Spelagine comes up right there and gives the Spartans a chance to hold right here. But, you know, ball overthrown by the quarterback, Trahan.
When that ball was picked off, I thought it was going to be a touchdown.
I thought it was going to be a cakewalk.
And as it is, it'll be first down and goal to go now at the 10-yard line. So what turns out to be the 13th interception of the year for Trahan. And Santamon now knocking on the door, looking for their first lead of the half with 3:43 to go in the second quarter.
Let's see, they throw right here with Bull Nickel. I got to beat right here. This ball's got to go to Washington.
Got double wide receivers, both sides. Washington behind Nickel. Santamon threw the football in the last series. Vaughn in motion. Nickel still has it. Nickel surrounded, about a 2-yard gain, make it a 3-yard gain to the 7. It'll be second down and goal from there.
I think their game plan is they think the Spartans are just going to be keen on Washington, so they ride Washington to the line and let Bo Nickel try to get outside of some type of a semi-option play that time. Spartans did a good job of covering it.
Well, when you get that ground level shot like you just saw a moment ago, you get an idea of Bo Nickel at 5'5".
Yeah.
Got to admire, got a big heart. Second down and goal to go. Spinner.
Little spinner series.
And it's going to be a touchdown. How about that? Kirk Ellisor got the direct snap. Ellisor takes it to the house. 5th rushing touchdown of the year for Ellisor.
And I tell you what, great blocking by the offensive front that time of the Santamon Gators. Low spinner series. That Catholic High gave them all kind of trouble with that spinner series this morning. You can see it right there as Ellisor goes in for the score.
Here is Trey Ballou. First extra point attempt was blocked. He's trying for his second. This would be a 3-point lead if it's good. The kick is up, and it is good. Ballou now 40 of 42 in extra point attempts. And for the first time tonight, East Ascension is on the short end. 13-10 now. Santamon leads with exactly 3 minutes left in the first half. As we look at LSR score again, and so many times when you play a ball game, and as we've almost played a half of football here tonight, turnovers, they can determine a ball game, and right there we saw that probably is your difference in the ball game up to this point. Well, I think the pressure that it puts on the defense is where's the
Look
football?
at Bo Nichols standing next to Coach Oliver. What a shot.
That young man has done a good job directing.
He has done that
tonight.
And all season long.
He's probably thrown the ball more in this first half than maybe he has in any other ball game in the first half this year. Baloo for the second time tonight shows a strong leg. It's going to be a touchback in the end zone. And let's see how the Spartans try to play now as they are at their own 20-yard line with 3 minutes to go in the half.
And they have to be careful here, Lyle.
For the first time tonight now, they are trailing. Spartans pretty much had been having their way in this first half. They've had great field position. Second time in a row now they started their own 20-yard line, and here goes Sparrow. And you can see that Santa Ma's jacked up just a little bit more right here as we wind down the first half. Sparrow got nothing on that first down run.
Also now they jacked up because they're taking the lead, but also they changed their defense a little bit also that time. They more or less kind of got it figured out what East Ascension is trying to do to them. Trying to get outside, running off tackle. That's where they're loading up at.
Second down and 9 as he nudges it toward the 21-yard line. Trahan airs one out, got a man wide open. Got a receiver downfield, that's Jared Adams. And Adams is down to the 35-yard line with his 13th catch of the year. Adams' previous long of the year was 19 yards, but they saw something there and hit him on a bomb.
I tell you, it should have been a touchdown right here. The ball was just hung in the air just too long. Jared Adams had him beat by 8 to 10 yards. He had to wait for that football to get to him, but Spartans right now, great field position at the 35-yard line of the Gators. A lot of time left.
Momentum swing right there. You thought the momentum was all on the side of the orange-shirted Gators. Then all of a sudden you got the big hook up from Trahan downfield to Jared Adams. Spartans with plenty of time, 2 minutes left in the half. From the Santa Ma 35. Over the middle, it's off the fingertips of Sparrow.
Oh, man.
They had Sparrow down at the 15-yard line. Tried to get him in the seam. Ball a tick too high. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Looked like he took a little bit off of that ball to try to get it to Sparrow. That could have been 6.
1:59 left as you look at Lane Trahan. Look to the sideline for the play. Double wides to both sides. Sparrow's going to be to the left of Trahan. Up the middle goes Sparrow. He's got something for a quick 4-yard gain to the 31.
I tell you, Santa Ma defense right here still giving them the middle of the field. Middle of the field is wide open, as you can see right here. There's nobody in the middle. Now they're moving a guy over there.
Trips formation to the far side. Sparrow to the right of Trahan.
Here comes the blitz right up the middle.
Trahan to Spellagine. He's got it, and a great one-on-one tackle out in the open field. What a nice job by Jeff Williams as he makes the stop of Spellagine. This is short of a first down.
I'll tell you what, good job by Spellagine because he had to turn his body and go up in the air to catch that pass. And once he went up in the air, he knew he was going to get hit hard. Good job of catching the ball. Good job of holding on to the ball by Spellagine.
Well, Williams made the stop. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Spartans are lined up to go for it. They've already made a 4th and 2. We got whistles and a timeout's going to be called with 55 seconds left in the half. Well, with 55 seconds left in our first half, it's going to be 4th down and 2. Offense is back out on the field. Spartans have a trips formation near side.
Gators expecting them to run. They got everybody up at the line of scrimmage.
One-on-one coverage all over the place. Pass is batted down. Santa Ma's defense does their job. Spartans, all their receivers had one-on-one coverage, but the pass is batted down, and the Gators are going to deny the Spartans right before halftime.
I tell you, they put a lot of pressure up the front of the line of scrimmage right there. Here they come. You'll see the hands up right in the middle. Young man jumps up right there. Good defensive call.
Let's see what Santa Ma does now. 51 seconds left in the half. Handoff on a draw play to Washington. And DeAndre Darville and others have them wrapped up. And Santa Ma, I would think at this point now, just content to take it to the locker room on top by 3.
I tell you, it's been an exciting first half. It's going by real quick. Both offenses seem pretty sharp to me. The most surprising thing is the job that Bo Nichols has done throwing the football against that Spartan defense.
Spartan band getting ready to perform at halftime before this standing room only crowd. Clock is down now to 15 seconds left. Swing pass out here to Washington. They try and get him out in the open. Spartans are going to knock him down shy of a first down, and that'll be our final play of the first half. Well, East Ascension jumped out on top 10-0. Santamon has responded with the next 13 points, and the 33rd meeting of all time between these two schools is now at halftime. They are cheering across the way on the Santamon side as their Gators lead 13-10. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week. Back with halftime activities after this.
PICOU Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, PICOU proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at PICOU Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Lau, I'm sure you did the first radio broadcast probably of the EA Santamon series. Did you ever think that first broadcast you did 33 years ago and they would turn into something that we have here tonight?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. You knew that it was going to be a rivalry that was going to be contested like this. And you knew it was going to be something that was going to bring the communities together, as Santamon was a new school back in the late 70s, and that was an awful lot of pride that they had, and that has just continued on over the years. As you can see, through 32 games, 16-16, that's the shout out you see, as that took place yesterday. They played every year since 1979, except for 2005. They did not play that year because of Katrina. And in looking up information on the game, the thing that really surprised me the most, I think, with this being the 33rd meeting between the two schools, is that they played 16 times now in Week 10. I thought they had gotten away from that more than half the time, so you can basically say that half the games have been in Week 10, which once upon a time the coaches really didn't like because they felt like there was nothing left for the playoffs for next week.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when I first came here, we played in Week 10. And the first thing everybody told me is that both schools are not really like to play in Week 10 because if they go to the playoffs, they have nothing left. They give everything. They put everything out. But I think they've gotten past that now. You know, after all of these games they have played, see some more of the shout-out right there. You know, I think they've gotten away from that. But it's still, to me, you know, I don't know if I'd like to play that Week 10, but hey, you got to do whatever they say. That thing last night was very exciting. You see the cheering right there from both of these fine schools.
Well, here it is, 13-10. Santamon is on top. Well, we are back at Spartan Stadium, and as would be expected, a lot going on all day today around Spartan Stadium and around this area of Burnside. And, of course, you've got the elections coming up on Tuesday. This is some of the activities that were going on earlier today. All the camouflage is all the Spartan fans, and all the orange is the Gator fans, but you got a lot of the political people who are out here with their tailgating, and just your Spartan and your Gator fans, they're also out here tailgating, everybody having a good time, and you got a perfect venue here at Spartan Stadium. A lot of road, a lot of access out here, and people taking full advantage of it. And you know, one thing we have not talked about, I don't know if you could ever have had better weather on November 2nd than what we have got for this ball game tonight.
Correct. I mean, sitting here, the last week was a little nippy. Tonight is just a beautiful night for football. And I tell you, all these fans sitting here on both sides, I guarantee you, nobody in the stadium is hungry with all the cooking that was going on Burnside Avenue since about 8 o'clock this morning. Spartan band getting ready to perform at halftime here. Their team trailing by a score of 10-13 to the Santa Maria Gators. Big game for the Gators. If they get a win tonight, they'll secure a home game in the first round of the playoffs for the Spartans. A win for them possibly could get them into the playoffs.
Well, for Santa Maria, what's interesting is they're headed to the playoffs, and this is the longest stretch that they have ever had in their school's history without being in the playoffs. The last time they were in was in 2005, and never before in their school history had they gone this long between playoff appearances, but they're going to be back in this year as Coach David Oliver is now in his 6th year. And let's go down on the field now and join the Pride of EA and the East Ascension High School Marching Band.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustis Mortgage,
SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, PICOU Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
And that is a look at our EATEL Game of the Week schedule that we've had for you the past 10 weeks. It all began a couple of days late because of Hurricane Isaac. Started it off on a Sunday afternoon at U-High. Spartans are hoping the book ended a little bit better than what that first game was. And right now we got what you would expect when two parish rivals meet. Adam Bosworth's going to kick it off. Santa Ma's going to get the football to start the second half. The kick's going to be returned from around the 25-yard line. And this is going to be Kirk Ellisar. Breaks away at the 20 out to the 30-yard line. And I guess as you take a look back at the first half, that turnover right now is probably the difference in the ball game. That intercepted pass run back to the 10-yard line by Santa Ma.
Oh, no doubt about it, Lau. That was the key to the whole first half in this ball game.
Return team, 10-yard penalty from spite of the foul, first down.
From some first half stats, rushing for the Gators 40, for Spartan 73. Total yards for the Gators 97, 57 of those coming for the pass. The Spartans 173 total yards, 100 yards for Lane Trahan in the first half. TJ Miles leading the Spartan rushers 5 for 38 yards. It's Bo Nickel 3 carries for 13 yards. Ellisar 4 for 18 yards for the Gators. Nickel 7 to 10 for 57. Trahan 7 to 13 for 100 yards.
Blocking the back's going to take away a nice return by Ellisar out to the 30-yard line, as it's going to be now back at their own 10 following the penalty. And here's going to be a sweep to Trey Washington, and he's got about 9 out to the 19-yard line. And a nice run of some 9 yards. One of the best rushes so far tonight for Santa Ma. It's going to be second down and 9 as we are just underway in our third quarter.
I tell you what, Lyle, that was very close from Trey Washington taking that one all the way, okay? Good tackle by a Spartan out there, or he'd have went to the house.
Close game here, close game for the district championship. Dutchtown leading Catholic by 1, 21-20. Second half's underway both places. Second down and 1 now for Santa Ma. They've scored the game's last 13 points. Sweep by Ellisar, hit hard, but it looks like he should have a first down right at the 20-yard line. Only needed 1. Vance Grayson hit him, and he hit him right at the first down stick. So moving from their own goal line, it is going to be first and 10.
Gators came out throwing the ball in the first half. First 2 plays here in the third quarter. See some of the Gator fans right there have been runs.
Santa Ma had one series where everything was a pass. They took it in for their first score of the night. And they're going to get some movement here before the ball was snapped. For some reason, it took quite a while. But they're going to call a timeout before they get hit with a penalty.
What they were doing, Lyle, they were trying to check off at the line of scrimmage when Bo Nickel was trying to tell a lineman what the play was going to be. Time just caught up with him. Wise move by the Gators taking that timeout.
So Santa Ma's had to use a couple of timeouts, which they did in that first half, because things weren't exactly right. Here's a look at Santa Ma now as their all-time school record. They picked up 206 wins, going for 207 here tonight. Last time they were in the playoffs, we talked about 2005, as they're going to be in the playoffs this year for the first time since then, and that's the longest dry spell that they've had. And you got to go all the way back to 2001 for their last playoff win. That was against Kennedy. Santa Ma won that ball game 49-6. So really for both Santa Ma and EA, they've had some dry spells in the playoffs these last decade or so.
It sure has been that. Dutchtown has been in the playoffs. But
here,
these 2 teams here have
it's
a chance.
first and 10 at their own 20-yard line as we go back to action. And Nichols going to go through the air. Pass is going to be batted down. Ball stayed up in the air for quite a while. Garen Dunbar went chasing after it. Ball safely hits the turf for the Gators' perspective, and it's going to be second down and 10.
I think that's what East Ascension's defensive front has got to do. Is Will Nickel, when they put the rush on him right there, they've got to get up, get their hands, and especially he's trying to get to the ball outside because of his size, and that's what you have to do, and that's exactly what they did.
Second down now. Santa Ma operating at their 20. 10:29 left to go in our third quarter. Jamal Vaughn is the motion man. They give it to Washington. He breaks out. Big gainer across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Trey Washington has had some big runs this year, and that's a big one here in Week 10.
I tell you what, good play call that time by Coach David Ollie. You see nothing but a little bitty base block, a double team right up there. And I tell you, wouldn't have been for number 4 for Vance Grayson, he'd have taken it all away. Good play call. Kind of fooled the Spartans on that long. Second and long.
Trey Washington's had a couple of record-setting plays this year for Santa Monica. We'll tell you about that after this play. 1st and 10 at their own 37. Swing it back. This is to Ryan Cardinale. Halfback pass is up for grabs, and it is incomplete. As that pass for Madison Nickens down at the Spartan 40-yard line. But a good job to bat it away, as Santa Monica went to some trick that time, and it did not work out.
I tell you what, a little flip right there. Good job by Tyler Green, rather. He was not fooled at all. Stayed with the guy all the way. Good defense that time by Tyler Green.
In Santa Monica's win over Central in Week 5, Trey Washington had a 98-yard touchdown run that tied the longest in Gator history. Larry Stewart went 98 yards against John Curtis back in 1993. Then Trey Washington threw a 98-yard touchdown pass last week, and that is the longest in school history. Here they run the option. Nice move by Ellisor. Stays on his feet, drops the ball, but he's out of bounds, and he's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. As Kirk Ellisor, he runs with reckless abandon, and he gets about 9 on a second down play.
The Spartans had it played perfect right here. Comes the missed tackle right there. Another missed tackle right there. And Ellisor fumbles the ball after he picks up 9 yards. Good strong running by Ellisor. Spartans with some bad tackling.
But the previous touchdown pass was 91 yards, and the current offensive coordinator, Seth Babin, had that record. Seth Babin to Gary Dewey in 2000 against St. Thomas More. Trey Washington broke that last week with a 98-yard pass against Catholic High. So he's in the books twice. Quarterback keeper by Bo Nickel. And this is going to depend on the spot. The near side official has got it spotted where I think he'll have a first down. And he's going to spot it down right at the 47-yard line, but they give it to the far side official, who's going to have it short.
I think it's short. I don't think he made it.
I thought he was going to get a better spot had the official on the Spartan side come in with the spot. Well, let's see what happens now. It's 4th down and about the length of the football.
Gators want to go for it. Here comes the play from the sideline.
They're going to punt.
I think that's a smart move by Coach Oliver. He has the lead. A good punt right here by Morales could pin the Spartans back, or they could try to draw them off sides. You got to be. I don't think the Spartans are going to put anybody back.
Well, they also have a punt formation. Let's see if they maybe go for it. It is a fake, and they got a first down. Look at that surge. And I'm impressed how well coached they were. There was no indecision there. That's obviously a play the Gators had in their back pocket that they brought to Spartan Stadium, because there was no indecision on this play. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They got it lined up, and they convert easily.
They probably was one of the plays they've had in there since the first day of practice right there. You can see it's going to be a perfectly executed play right here, right there. A little short, little snap, and that made the first down.
So 1st and 10 Gators. This opening drive of the second half will continue now at the Spartan 49-yard line. Washington bangs around inside for maybe a couple. Not a whole lot there. Spartans did a good job to close it off. But now good field position. Keep in mind, this drive began back at Santa Monica's 10-yard line.
You know, big dog, DeAndre Dalville, in on that tackle right there. He started the night with 39 tackles, leading all the Spartans in tackles for the season. Only a junior linebacker at 5'8", 206 pounds.
Second down now and 8. Nickel calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Vaughn, one of the few carries tonight. Spartans smell it out, and Vaughn has to do all he can just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And Santa Monica now, after that big 4th down conversion, will be looking at a 3rd down and 8.
You know, you got to give this East Ascension defense a lot of credit, Lyle. This, you know, the Gator offense, they showed a lot of different formations, a lot of different plays tonight, you know, running the option, running the little flick you saw right there, and the defense for the East Ascension Spartans has played pretty well. We got a trips to the left right here for the Gators.
Third down situation coming up now. Ball around midfield. Nichols in trouble. Boy, he scrambled his way out of trouble, directing traffic, throws downfield. What a grab downfield.
But that
burst down inside the 30. And there is a flag, though. You might have had a lineman downfield. This is coming back, but this is one heck of a play by Bo Nickel.
I tell you, right there, you saw why Bo Nickel has been so important to this offense of the Santa Maria Gators. A lot of people saying at 5'5", he couldn't direct this offense. Yes, he can direct this offense. He's had a great effort, a lot of plays he's made on his own. That last one right there, give credit to Bo Nickel. Just a bad deal getting a penalty.
That was Madison Nickens on the receiving end of that pass. And Nickel had the presence of mind to scramble away. And while he was doing it, he was directing traffic downfield.
Right. He was doing
what
that
a
too.
hookup. Nickel to Nickens. It's brought back, though. It's at the Santa Maria 48. And it is now third down and 13.
I tell you what, I think about rolling out Bo Nickel again, maybe over here to the left side.
So third and long. Nickel, short pass. This is Elisar. Try to get it to him short, see if he can do something with it. But the Spartans did a good job that time because they kept the receivers underneath and they just did not allow any kind of distance after the grab. And we got really our first stoppage of play because we got a player down, and it's going to come with 6:34 to go in the third quarter. And I believe that is Kirk Elisar who just made that grab.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustace Mortgage,
SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, PICOU Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
And he gets a big crowd across the way standing up for Elisar. He can hurt you in a lot of ways. Running the football,
even the Spartans fans are applauding him, Lyle.
He's also a kick returner. He returns punts as well.
He had a great game in the game we did against Dutchtown. He's having another good one tonight as Morales goes back in punt formation for the Gators.
Spartans are going to send Jared Adams back along with Tyler Briley. So this drive, which looked like the momentum was on Santa Maria's side after they converted that 4th and inches.
And penalty.
They're now going to end up punting it away on third down. I'll make that 4th down in about 8. Morales should hit it around the 45, and he does.
Good kick.
Got great hang time. Taken in inside the 5-yard line. Got to be careful. That's going to be a safety, I think.
Yes.
Did he get out of the end zone or not?
That is close.
Safety.
Definitely.
Wow. How about that?
Now, the old rule is that you never field a football inside your 10-yard line. That's the cardinal rule of football, period. You never field a punt inside your 10-yard line.
And that's
a mental mistake.
Tendrick Cooper, number 50, is going to be credited with the tackle. You see it began at the 5-yard line, and then he immediately lost his balance.
And tries to go back right here, and that was the mistake he made right there. The big mistake, you never field a ball inside the 10-yard line.
What a job by the punt team for Santa Maria. And it is now 15-10. You know, really, as you look at it, a case could have been made that his momentum had been stopped outside of the goal line.
Yeah.
However, they're going to rule this as safety. As watch when he's initially hit. It's going to be around the 1-yard line, but he kept trying to go wide, and it's going to cost his team 2 points.
Cost him 2 points, plus also possession loss. You see the replay right there.
So it's going to be a safety. And the momentum that the Spartans you thought might have built up after that play. Now they're going to have to punt it away. And with 6:04 to go in the third, Santa Maria is going to get it back.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustace Mortgage.
SKR Construction Corporation. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation. PICOU Builder Supply. Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in the fourth quarter.
They don't make it. Spartans stop them.
Darren Dunbar on the spot.
Devon Gibson.
You're going to see Darren Dunbar. Number 5, Darren Dunbar, right there is the guy. He's the one right there.
I believe on that play, they called Washington down before he threw that pass, because that ended up being about a 4th down and 6 yards to go. It wasn't a 4th and 1. They'd be a little bit surprised right there that they didn't try a field goal. That could have made it an 8-point game. Well, it's up to the Spartan offense right now. This is only their 4th snap of the second half. So the defense did indeed do their job.
Let's see if they go back to Spelagine a little bit here. Now, he had a great first half.
Chad Hill gets it. He was the motion man. They're trying to get him out in space. Hill running like a young man possessed, crosses the 25, gets out to about the 28.
I tell you what, the yards he made, I didn't think he was going to get that many yards. They really had it covered pretty good. But he picked up a quick 5 yards, so it'd be a 2nd and 5. Chad Hill, only a junior right there, lowers his head and his shoulders to pick up that extra yards.
Just under 10 minutes to go at Griffin Field. Cowley leads 26-21. Here we got a 5-point ball game. Got a screen pass to Sparrow. Looks for a block but can't keep his feet. Goes down at the 32. And you're going to look at him now, a 3rd down and 1.
He's got to get up the field here. He can't come back like that. All night long, he's run to the sidelines more than straight up the field. If he runs straight up the field, he has the 1st down.
Gabe Richards made the tackle. 3rd down now and 1. Sparrow, 1st down. Can he get outside? 40-50. Sparrow out of bounds, down inside the 40, the 35-yard line. Talk about a momentum swing. Spartans are knocking on the door, down by 5.
This is a quick hitting play right here. The Sparrow right there breaks the tackle, line of scrimmage, cuts it back to the outside. You see, he gets down the sideline. Eventually, his own man is going to trip over. I don't think he'd have taken it all the way, but Spartans right now with a chance to get ahead in this ball game.
Down to the 35, they go right back to Sparrow. Lowers his head. He's down to the 30-yard line. He's got about 4.5, 5 yards on a 1st down run. And a moment ago, Sanama looking at a 3rd down and 1. And all of a sudden now you got the Spartans down to the 31, 2nd down and 6. In Gator territory. 9:20 and counting to play. Sparrow. Boy, he's running hard right now. He's inside the 30. He's at the 26-yard line. And it's going to now be 3rd down and 1.
I tell you, watch the block, though, if we get a replay here by Devin Spelagine. They brought him across the ball, line him up like in a short low flank. It's in of 87 right there, leading the way for Michael Sparrow. We caught the end of that block.
Spartans playing this game without Sione Palele. Out with a knee injury, not in uniform tonight. Here's your 3rd and 1. Sparrow gets outside. No, there is a flag. This is coming back. There was a hold, and they tried to chip that outside guy, and they got a piece of him, and this is going to come back. And you talk about hurt. If you're EA, it's 3rd and 1, and now it's going to be 3rd and 11.
I like to know where it was at, but that was on the line of scrimmage.
I thought when it was happening live, I don't think we saw it there, but when it was happening live, it looked like a Gator was driven down to the turf, and it's going to cost them 10 yards.
Holding offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. We're going to replay 3.
Oh, that's going to hurt right there.
Well, what you got to do right now, though, if you're EA, it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
You're at the 36-yard line. to me, you got to approach this as 2 downs.
Oh, yeah, you got to try to pick up as much. Don't go for the home run right here. Try to pick up as much as you possibly can. Put yourself in a makeable 4th down.
You know, the Spartans have had some heartbreakers this year. And
they don't need another one.
They had Mandeville, they had the Denham game, they had the Dutchtown game. And right there, it looked like they were driving for the go-ahead score. Instead, it's 3rd and 11. And Trahan's in trouble. He's going to run. Trahan is inside the 35. He ends up getting about 4, and it's going to now be 4th down and 7.
Good job by Trahan that time. You see the young man right there, only a junior. I think he was trying to go to Spelligan, a little pump fake right there. Nothing there. Dodges that tackle. Picks up, makes it a makeable 4th down here.
Well, could this be the ball game? Clock is running, 7:45 to go. Santamon has possessed the ball pretty much this whole second half. 4th and 7. They're up on their feet and they're screaming across the way. Gators are cheering for their defense.
They got to get this play off first.
For their offense.
And now they have to call timeout.
And now a timeout will be called.
I see what hurts right there, calling that timeout. You give Santamon's defense a chance now to regroup on the sideline. But they had no choice.
Well, it's easy to say what you would do after the fact. But the way EA was running the ball on this drive, I don't know if I wouldn't have tried 3rd and 11 a running play.
True.
Because they've been gashing them. They've been getting some yardage on this drive. Of course, it's easy to second guess up here.
Right.
Because it's been the run that has got them in this position right now.
True. See the district right there after week 9. Lyle Dutchtown, of course, Catholic going at it tonight. 4-0 each. Catholic with the lead. It's going to Santamon District played 2 each. McKinley and Woodlawn have not won a district game. And that Catholic Dutchtown game has got to be something.
Right now, the power rankings as we go into this final week, that's going to change after tonight and tomorrow's games. The brackets are going to be coming out over the weekend. But right now, first things first for East Ascension, they down by 5. They've got a 4th down and 7. There is 7:29, and they look to get a conversion. Gators want to stop and get the ball back, and here we go.
Let's see if they go to Spelligan and got him down in a tight end position.
There's whistles. That play did not count. There was whistles. I don't see a flag. There's going to be procedure against East Ascension.
Man, 2 penalties have been costly on this drive for the Spartans.
Well, but, again, it's kind of in line with how things have gone during the course of this year.
But this is week 10. And they had Spelligan, they had him down. They had him in a flight. He wouldn't have caught the ball anyway. It was thrown away from him, but that's the guy they were going to.
Well, 3rd and 7, you go from 3rd and 7 to 3rd down, make that 4th and 7 to 4th down and 12. You got to really first thing you got to do is you got to make sure you throw it downfield far enough.
Right, you got to get the first down.
The receivers got to run a route where if they catch it, they get a first down.
We haven't seen it.
And if you're Santamon defensively, you want to keep the receivers in front of you.
Right, but we haven't seen EA throw many outs this year, so we're not going to see an out here. They had a Hail Mary set over there.
Have a trips formation to the near side. Sparrow is to the left of Trahan. Trahan throws it. Nobody home and incomplete. Gators come up with the stand when they need to. And in a scene that the Spartans have seen play out much too many times this year, they're their own worst enemy, and the Gators get it back, and you're going to put a tired defense back out on the field, as this was the 4th down play again.
See Trahan right there. He tries to get the ball over the middle, too. I tell you what, there was some little activity in that second there. It looked like Chad Hill was hit while the ball was in the air.
Well, Gators can put this thing away right now. They're going to take over at their own 37. They're
going to run out some clock anyway.
And there is 7:17 to go in the ball game.
I think they're going to try to run out a little clock right here. Keep the ball on the ground.
Well, if this score stands, I think you can easily go back to this drive we just saw as an indicator of what it's been like this year for East Ascension, because Spartans appeared to be on their way headed toward the end zone.
No doubt about it.
They had the running game going.
They had the holding call and legal procedure, which killed them.
And then that 3rd down and 1 brought back, and everything changed. Here we go. Bo Nickel. Nickel still has it. Can't see him, but he still got it. He gets it out to the 39, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
You couldn't see him in that play, but I tell you, East Ascension saw a lot of him tonight, okay?
DeAndre Darville, middle linebacker, made the tackle. 2nd down and 8 yards to go, and right now Sandoval is just going to let that play clock run down.
Take your full 25 seconds. Use as much of it as you possibly can.
They snap it with 7 on the play clock. Nickel's going to throw. A bit surprising there. Pass is incomplete. It was intended for Richard Williams, and it's going to now bring up 3rd down and 8.
Not only was surprising that they threw, but they threw it out in the flat, which is the most dangerous place you want to throw it when you're leading by 5 points.
I wouldn't have thought that we would have seen a pass in that situation.
Neither me, not at all. Especially not in the flat.
So 3rd down and 8. There is 6:36 to go in the ball game.
Boys better be away for a little draw here. Nope, they're going to throw again.
Nickel scrambles. Can he get to the sticks?
No.
Nope, he's going to go down shy of the 45.
Is he out of bounds?
He needed to get to the 47-yard line.
They say he's in bounds, clock's running.
And he's going to be shy by a couple of yards, so you got to credit the Spartan defense again as they have come out and done their job. Would you gamble here if you're Sandoval?
No.
And run a fake punt?
No way. I might try to draw him off sides. I would never gamble on a fake punt. Probably not very deep right here.
Spartan's got to be careful right now. They got too many men on the field.
Well, they got rid of him now.
So, Jacob Morales is back to punt.
There's some confusion about the Spartans right now. They got to be careful right here.
Tyler Briley is back. Morales pulls down the snap, gets off a nice punt. It'll be taken in at the 18 by Briley. Briley
good comeback,
stays
good run.
On his feet. He's out to the 32, maybe the 33. So the situation is this. You got a 5-point ball game at 15-10 with 5:33 to go in the game as we watch the return again by Briley. And Sandoval's job a moment ago was to put it away with a couple of first downs and try to grind it out. They elect to go into the air, and the Spartan defense does their job.
They do, and Spartans also have a lot of time right here. They got a 4-receiver set here down toward the left. No doubt they're going to throw the football.
So 1st and 10.
Are they going to try to go 1-and-1 up at the top? Let's see.
Swing it out here to Chad Hill. Incomplete pass. Really and truly, though, a play like that is almost just a long extension of a handoff.
What it is,
it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
They were trying to get it to Chad Hill, get him behind some blockers, hope he gets one block and he can get some yards. What happens right here, it takes his eyes off of the football. The ball is right in his hands, and hey, trying to tuck it away, took his eyes away, looked downfield something, and dropped the football.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Spartans are at their 33-yard line. Sparrow's going to be in the backfield with Trahan. Spartans are going to throw again. Trahan airs it out for Chad Hill downfield. It's going to be intercepted. It's picked off. No, they're going to wave it off, saying it was bobbled. Boy, it looked like Morales had a pick that time, but they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Watch Morales here. This is a great play. Morales coming from his safety position right there. You can see the corner is beat. Here's Morales coming from his safety position. He reads this ball perfectly all the time. Hill goes up. Morales just does a great job. You see it is moving when he goes out of bounds.
I tell you what, that was close.
But it was moving.
3rd and 10. 33-yard line. Trahan incomplete. Hit as he throws.
Looking for Sparrow over the middle.
And is there going to be a 3-and-out as the Spartans are going to send the punt team out onto the field?
What he had to do, he had to release the ball. He was under great pressure that time. He had to release the ball to the spot where Sparrow was going to be. He would have been open, but the pressure from the defense in front of the Gators forced Trahan to throw the ball sooner than he wanted, resulting now the Spartans have got to punt the football.
So, Spartans decided that series to throw the football.
Yes.
The series
had a lot of time.
Series before, they went down the field running the football. Now they got to get another man out. Cali High with 2 minutes to go, leading 26-21. Dutchtown out of timeout, so the Bears trying to run the clock out. They were 3-7 a year ago, and they may now be district champions. Fair catch call on a nice punt by Mason Decato. And with 5:07 to go in the game, neither offense on the last two series able to do anything to try to put the game away for Santa Maria or try to play catch up for EA. It's been 3 and out on both sides.
You and I talked about it last week. If Catholic High goes on to win that game and become district champions, you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Dale Weiner after last year's season, the quick turnaround they have made.
So let's see if the Gators keep it on the ground now as they start.
Should.
At their own 37, and they come out throwing, and it's
what's going on here, man?
Second down and 10 coming up.
We're breaking all the rules of game management here.
Clock stops on the incompletion with 5:02 to go. So it's going to be second down. You know, what's really surprising about it is Santa Maria you don't consider to be a passing team.
They're not. All year they haven't been.
Only attempted 81 passes coming in. Trey Washington with a big-time run out to the 41-yard line. And that's second down and 10. He is going to gain 8 yards, and it's going to be now third and a couple with under 4:45 to go.
Let's see what they do right here. They're coming in with the big heavy squad right here. Let's see if we see a little spinner series here. Elisar has got the ball when they're coming here on this kind of set.
Last time they ran that spinner series, the Spartans
they were ready for
it right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, Dakota Burchard was right there for the stop.
Let's see what happens now. They better hurry up. Play clock is down to 5. Fumble snap. Nickel is going to go down. Devon Gibson made the hit. And it's going to be fourth down. And right now in this fourth quarter, it's like neither team wants it.
Well, I want to see what EA is going to do right here. Are they going to put the rush on? Last time was sort of a high snap. They've been getting perfect snaps all night long, Santa Maria. In fact, I was praising the son. He was putting rockets back there. Last time was a little bit high, but Briley back by himself again.
Jacob Morales, who's done a fine job punting tonight, will punt it again. Briley's got his heels on his own 25.
Great snap.
They get the snap back and a boomer.
And that's
ball hits
bounce.
it at the 30, it's at the 20, it's at the 15-yard line. And Jacob Morales is a hero tonight for the Santa Maria Gators with the job that he has done punting the football. And with 3:28 to go, the Spartans have to go over 85 yards. A field goal does you no good as they trail by 5.
You know, Jake Morales came into this game with 33-yard average. I guarantee tonight he's close. He's over 40 or right at 40. He's been a big factor in this ball game.
Spartans were 3 and out on their last possession. 3 incomplete passes. Give it to Sparrow. Sparrows
got tripped up.
Gets out to the 20-yard line. That's a 6-yard run on first down. Spartans are going to go with a hurry-up offense. They're running out of time. Not going to be able to run it down the field right now.
No, they're going to need a big play. They're going to need one big play here to get them in good field position.
Second down now and 4. They get that pass to Hill. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
but look at the Gators swarm it all over that with Santa Maria, as it's going to be no gain at the 20-yard line, and it's going to be third down and 4. The clock is running under 3 minutes to play. Now the clock is stopped.
We have a Gator down.
Got a Santa Maria player down, which is going to help BA because it'll stop the clock.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank
Eustace Mortgage,
SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, PICOU Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
But they, defensively, they're giving up 12 points per game, so that says a lot for that defense. And they're very aggressive. They're very well coached on defense.
Well, Spartans now faced with another third down. Third down and about 4.
They were coming after Trahan this time. They got them all jacked up. Nobody in the middle of the field. There's absolutely no one in the middle of the field.
Trahan rolls, throws on the run, looks for Spelagine. It's incomplete. Oh, nice coverage down there. Great coverage in the secondary to swat it away. Jeff Williams had Spelagine covered well.
Had him covered all the way. Spelagine with a big first half, but this half right here, he has not made a catch.
And here we go now on that 4th down, and the Spartans are going to go for it with 2:42 to play. It's going to be 4th down. We'll call it 3 yards to go. This might be your ball game right here.
Well, it is the ball game right here.
Got to dial up your best play right now if you're the Spartans. Gators want one more stop at least. Here they go, Spelagine. Can he surge forward?
Not going to get it.
Nope, did not make it. Gator defense holds. Spartans tried to get it out to Spelagine, get some blockers in front of him, and it did not work.
Did not work that time at all. Just good defense again by the Santa Maria Gators. The ball was thrown to Spelagine, but he didn't have much blockers in front of him. He ran into a wall of yellow jerseys, and you see the replay right here. Here's Spelagine, tries to pick up a block, but it's good pursuit right there by the Santa Maria Gators. You see him jumping up and down as they can just smell that home playoff berth for the first time in a long time.
Ball now is going to be around the 22-yard line with 2:35 to play. Jamal Vaughn wrapped up.
And that surprises me too right there. A play like that when you have the ball change hands twice, the chance of a fumble right there is very, very high. But the Gators, they have taken their chances tonight.
Gators in this second half and 4th quarter in particular, they have lived dangerously with their play calling. They have not played it close to the vest.
Have not.
As they trying to run out the clock, they've been putting it up in the air. Timeout with 2:20 to go in the ball game.
They came out that way, not playing it close to the vest. Not a passing team. They came out in the first half and threw the football, and they try to maintain that balance more than they have all year, and it's paid off for them.
But from East Ascension's perspective, if this score holds up and the Spartans end up the year 4-6, it's going to be a very frustrating year because this is going to be another game where you can say, what if?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a what if all the way. What if we could be 8-2, okay, but it could be 4-6.
I mean, it has been so many times, it seems like this year.
Right,
they
frustrating.
were right there.
Yeah, you're right about that. Sleepless nights ahead.
2nd down now and 9. Nickel holds on to the ball, throws it.
I can't understand this. I cannot understand this.
Well, something on film Santa Maria has seen that they think the passing game will work.
Who's winning? 15-10, 2:13 left in the game. All you got to do is run out the clock and they throw the ball. Oh, and almost picked off.
3rd down now and 9.
Oh,
it's almost, as I look at Coach Oliver across the way with his orange folded, it's almost like we're going to give you the ball back and stop you again.
We're going to stop. I think the Santa Maria fans are sitting down there with their arms folded saying, what's going on?
Here we go, 3rd down and 9.
They got to run the ball here.
Play clock down to 5.
They're not.
Swing pass out to Washington. Fumble. They're going to rule him down, however. And I think the Spartans have a timeout left.
But a field goal should be in order now for the Santa Maria Gators to make it an 8-point game.
I would think that. I don't know if I would try a field goal because this would be
Could
a
get blocked.
I know. You got 2:01 to go in the ball game. And the thing about a blocked field goal is,
I agree.
Well, wait, you've already had an extra point attempt block tonight.
Yep.
So you've already had that happen, as that's the end of that play. But again, Spartan defense.
But Lyle, we tried to guess with Coach Oliver, we've guessed wrong all night long. Here it is right here. Here's the replay. Man is hit right there, and the ball seems out. They called him down, the officials did. But he cuts right back and he pulls it back in for the recovery.
Congratulations, Cali High, as the District 5-5A champs. They hold on to defeat Dutchtown 26-21.
Great deal for the Bears.
That's going to probably still be a home game for Dutchtown next week.
Should be.
First district loss after 15 district wins in a row. First district loss since
quite a run.
2009 for Dutchtown. What a run they had.
Looks like they're going to go for the field goal here. It'll be about a 42-yarder, right?
Well, it's going to be spotted at the 31. So Trey Ballou is going to try a 41-yard field goal. This would be for an 8-point lead. It would still be a one-possession ball game. The holder is Ryan Cardinale. The kick is up. The kick is no good. So there's still life in Spartanville.
There's still life, and the Spartans could turn around a very disappointing season very, very quickly right here with the touchdown. But they have 69 yards to go.
A good spot by Cardinale.
You can see it fading off.
Plenty of height, and it's going to end up being wide right.
Not by much, though.
Boy, he had the distance. Here it is, East Ascension at their own 20-yard line. Gator defense has been tough in this second half.
Yes, they have. They played outstanding.
They had that one drive where the Spartans seemed like they had it going. Short pass out here. Spelligene's got it. That's not going to get it done, though. That's only a 5-yard gain.
But I tell you what.
You got 150 to go, and I'm pretty sure East Ascension is out of timeouts.
They were trying. They had Hill down on the short side of the field, double covered that time. I'm sure they're going to try to get Hill on the streak or something long.
Second down now and 5.
They're going to have to hurry and get this play in.
They got plenty of time. Play clock's only at 10. Play clock's at 5. Down the middle to Spelligene. Oh my goodness, he's got it. Spelligene down at the 15-yard line, and the Spartans indeed have life.
What a game-saving tackle right there by that young man from a good throw by Trahan, and what a catch by Spelligene. As you're going to see right here, right on the run, behind two defenders. How he gets behind two defenders is beyond me, and here comes the game-saving tackle right there on Spelligene.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line. Jeff Williams caught up with him. First and 10 at the 15. Clock runs, 90 seconds left. Sparrow cuts it up. Sparrow inside the 5-yard line. They're going crazy on the home side. On the visitor side, they're
great call that time, though. They wasn't expecting that till the Spartans have a shot right here at the 2-yard line.
Plenty of time left on the clock.
No use being in a hurry.
23 to go.
And hey, what you got to do right here, Sparrow's your man, you give it to him.
Right now, it would not hurt the Spartan cause to run some clock.
Run some clock.
At the 2-yard line, first and goal. Spartans are spreading them out right now. Would be shocked if Sparrow doesn't get it on a run.
Yes, he does.
He gets it.
And he's not getting any yards.
Keep in mind now, he might have lost a yard.
Yes.
Keep in mind, the Spartans are out of timeouts.
So they got to hurry to the line of scrimmage. They got to get as many plays as they possibly can in right here.
Clock is running right now. 45 seconds to play.
They've got to hurry.
You can't get any closer than these two teams are playing tonight. Tied overall at 16. Swing past Sparrow. First down. Boy, oh boy, what a defensive play.
Great play.
What a play defensively.
Spartans got to spike the ball right here.
Chance Cernich.
They got to spike it.
This is third down.
You got to spike the football.
20 seconds are left. Third down. They're calling the play. Trahan. If they sack him, it's over. Wow. Santa Maria's going to win. Gators are going to hold on and win this football game. Unbelievable. They spike it, but that's fourth down.
It's fourth down. You can't spike it.
Santa Maria ball. No time on the clock. What a finish this has been.
Man.
Unbelievable finish.
Spiked it on 4th down.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more frustrating for East Ascension's season, it got more frustrating.
Lyle,
First and goal at the 2-yard line, and they are unable to punch it in.
And I tell you what, there's an exhausted group of Santa Maria Gators, so they're happy, but they're exhausted. They know that they got away with one here tonight at Spartan Field, but give credit again to the Gators. That defense came through when it had to.
Well, the 2012 season for East Ascension is going to be remembered as a season of frustrations for the Santa Maria Gators. Congratulations to them as they win this football game 15-10. And for the first time since 2005, the Santa Maria Gators are playoff bound. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of Ascension Parish's biggest and top football rivalry as the Santa Maria Gators now lead the all-time series 17 wins to 16 for East Ascension. For Easton Roth and our Pelican Sports production crew, along with our spotter today, Justin Hernandez, stats by Lois and Porter, we're going to see you in the Class 5A playoffs next week. I'm Lyle Boudreau. That's your final. Santa Maria 15, East Ascension 10. You've been watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
The Gators turned back the Spartans 4 times from inside the 10 in the final minute to help secure their first state playoff berth since 2005. EA's points came on Adam Bosworth's 25-yard field goal and TJ Miles' 14-yard run. Spartan quarterback Lane Trahan passed for 167 yards. Santa Maria's 2 touchdowns came on runs by Cody Raffrey and Kurt Elisor. A third-quarter safety created by the Gators punt team accounted for the only points in the second half. For the 3rd year in a row, the Gators wore their orange jerseys, and for the first time ever, they added orange pants. Santa Maria advanced to play at Dutchtown in an opening round game in the 5A state playoffs the following week. I'm Lyle Boudreau. Thanks for watching another edition of Ascension's Glory Days on the EATEL Game of the Week.